When I came here 16 years ago, one of the first offices I had to go to almost hourly to get information, Susan Hosier. Someone had told me, now, if you need to know something, there is one person who knows pretty much the answers to all the questions that pop up, and that's Susan Hosier. So I kept showing up at her desk. The first few times it went, okay, yes, hello, and who are you? Mm-hmm. Then it was, you again. Now that process grew so that I was in her office less often. However, oftentimes I would be there and Susan would have one of those calls from a disgruntled individual on the phone. And this is how she would talk to them. You hear the person talking to the other and she said, yes. No. I'll refer that to Miss Powell. Thank you. You had to see it to believe it.
Yes, she does.
But about 10 years ago, we were involved in our, she knows what's coming, we were involved in our last SACS reevaluation. And committees were designed and put together, and I got the Financial Review Committee, and Ms. Hosier was on my committee. And she would come to the meetings, and we had a lot of work. We had a lot of tasks. And it would kind of go like, okay, who wants to do this? No one would volunteer. And Ms. Hosier would go, I'll do that. And then something else would come up. Someone needs to check into this. Who would like to volunteer? I'll do that. Well, after a while, it became pretty apparent. People would just clam up, and Ms. Hosier would take care of everything. Well, two things transpired as the result of that committee meeting continuously. One is we'd have to vote on everything, and you'd have to record the votes. So I kind of got tired of everyone who's in favor of that, please raise your hand. So I got this idea that I would fall back on my fraternal days. Everyone who says yes, vote by the sign of the elk, which was to go like this. Well, I never even have to say that. We get to the voting time, and Ms. Hosier would go. But my best story, we were diplomatically going through the SACS criteria. The SACS wants this, the SACS wants that, and this will be required, that will be required. She sat there as only she could do. One day, and after about 15 minutes, right out of the blue, she said, SACS sucks. Well, truer words may never have been spoken. But it remains that thousands of people have passed by Ms. Hosier's desk, and they have all been privileged to talk with and be helped by someone who knew how to answer their questions, how to refer them, what they needed to do. Students in crisis, students who'd been in car accidents, students who'd been ill, students who'd been injured and needed to have incomplete grades, students who had pressing questions on financial aid, pressing questions on reinstatement, pressing questions on what will I do, I'm in crisis. She would always take care of them, refer them to the right place. I decided the best thing I couldn't find, was at Staples. And you know, at Staples they have that easy button. And you just press the easy button. Well, I told Ms. Powell some time ago, we need a Susan Hosier button. Where a problem pops up, we just press the Susan Hosier button. We can't do that anymore. We're certainly going to miss you. It has been a pleasure. I hope you don't go too far, because I know there's still going to be some questions only you will be able to answer.
I know, Jenny is pretty good now, too.
Thank you very much.
But Hosier's older than me, but anyway,
When she came in 1972, I remember so distinct, she was so refined. No, she was from Vanderbilt. She had come here from Vanderbilt, and we were just country folks up here, you know.
And I knew about something.
Yeah. But anyway, we shared children together and pregnancies together and all that stuff. But because we worked close together for many years. But back in Mary Cole Nichols' day, Susan sat sort of where she sits now, and there was an opening in the door at that time, you know, where you came back around the corner, and we made a lot of trips, as Robert Powell used to say, swishing to the bathroom back there. So one day I'd been swishing back to the bathroom, and that was in the days where you wore dresses most of the time, you know. And I come around that corner, and all of a sudden Hosier appears from out of her pew hollering, "Stop!" What? And she said, my dress was all in my hand. And she didn't want me to embarrass myself when I exited that door there and the whole public would see. We've had a lot of good times. Hosier spoilt me a long time ago. My birthday is December 22nd. I don't ever have, normally we don't work. And back then she baked everybody a birthday cake. Except me. I never got one. So, in honor of my birthday, many years ago, she started making my birthday on March the 17th. So we always had a St. Patrick's Day. And then some years I got 2 birthday cakes in one year. They said that she spoilt me, and she kind of did, you know, to that. But she did spoil me. She made my wedding cake for my 25th wedding anniversary, and some good years. I wish I was going too, but I'm not.
You said you were going to stay till you...
I'm going to stay till the Lord calls me home. And I told him this morning, I said, before I go, I said, y'all, they said, when are we going to have your party? I said, wait till I die. Y'all all bring this, have a big setup. You'll know I'd have had a wonderful time if I'd been there. Y'all just keep it up.
All right, how you doing?
Snowing yet?
It's going to. You know, school's already called off for today.
Oh my Lord. Oh my goodness. That'll make the little darlings happy. I remember those days.
Yeah, oh, I love stuff.
We would turn on the TV and say, please. I'm glad you told me that, because I've got to run up there tomorrow and get my basketball scorebooks.
I've heard that so much from us, some of the ones that are down at the RA, and I'm so jealous. I'm here.
That's what comes in my retirement. I wish I could stay here and say that.